We got stuck in Scotland, fairyland. And now we have to please some of the fairies in order to, I guess, I don't know, have them lift the spell that's getting us stuck here or something. I don't know, we'll see what they want of me. Look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Alright. Little Ran is our beloved village, and we want it to always look lovely. And it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than the everblooms. So here are the everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple, yes? Okay, I mean, if that's all I have to do, that sounds simple enough. Fairy chores. Islala. Hey, Islala. I'm so hungry I may faint. Oh no. Fruit. A lot of fruit will set me right. Will you go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up those sweet, succulent burdens. Right. Fruits. Fruits, yeah. Of course. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, you know, it could have been worse. It could have been Mughals. Koopa. At least these ones have a nice accent, you know. Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Oh, okay. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they're the leafmen you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now, you'll need to go to Long Mirror Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have good drenching. But be warned, the Fuath make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care, alright? So these are their children? I see. Is that also a children? I guess. There's something here-ish? This is like a hobbit village. Can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Yeah, me too. Ha 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 hee hee. Ugh. Well, at least that looks like they're easy quests. You know, we'll be done with them in no time. Yeah. Oh, hello. I can barely see the area of effect of these enemies. And you know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you that the music is growing on me. Even the part that was not growing on me. One thing I noticed about this expansion so far, there's a lot of foliage. It's kind of good though. I like that it's very, you know, blooming. Especially because, you know, it looks like good foliage, not like the World of Warcraft trees. Do you remember those? Have you ever seen those? It's like a flat JPG of the side of a tree. It's not great. Okay, that should be the lake, and we're probably gonna get assaulted by a creature of the lake. What was it called again? The Fuath. Fuath. Alright. Let's see what that is. Oh! The tiny salamander people? They look like Pokemons. Is that a Squirtle without a shell? They're actually, I'm not gonna lie, these things are pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Why am I killing them? I love them. Can we help them instead of the fairies? Oh, I bet you the fairies are gonna be a beast tribe for Shadowbringer. Oh no. What oh, the water. There you go. I'm pretty much done with the snake ladies, by the way. I got the Sworn today, so I believe that's the top rank, at least story-wise. Then there's like a prestige rank, which is Bloodsworn, but you know, the story is over. We helped the snake ladies to make Castle Velodina a very nice place. They have an infirmary, they have like a place for travelers to rest, they have patrols, they have griffins, they have everything. And for the final quest, we helped a group of Kalyana's snake ladies that were separating from the crazy one, you know, worshipping, what was it called? Worshipping Sri Lakshmi. They were like, okay, that's a fake god, that's a primal, we want to leave. So they've been, they were being chased by their own sisters, and we helped them. And so now we have Kalyana's recruit as well. Then the mother snake, you know, she shedded the skin or something and came to visit and judged her daughter to be a worthy leader for the people of Castle Velodina. And so she allowed her to stay there. And yeah, everybody was happy. That was a pretty cool story. Not biased. Oh, I finished the samurai questline, by the way. The level 71. That was pretty good. Like a very classic samurai story, but guys, look at the set. This is awesome. Weapon including. This is a pretty neat kimono and hat. Like very samurai. I really, really like this. Level 70 job armor. Pretty cool. The cat is really making... That's my least favorite part, but I guess every hat that I wear has cat ears. Including like helmets. Like, you know, actual metal helmets. They make them with the ears. That's okay, I guess. I even move my hair for some reason when I have the hat on. Because if you notice, it covers my, yeah, covers a little bit of it. So I guess it's I don't know. It's weird, but it makes sense. Anyway, let's go talk to the pixies. Can't wait to be level 76, by the way. We're almost there. Thank you ever so much. You saved me. Hehehe. Yes. Saved me from boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the box came down. Teehee. You done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, is having fun. Dull and painful things. Hate them. Senators are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Don't know about that. You done sowing the seeds? Thank you. You shall help little Loran live up to its name, which means Flower's House, in case you weren't aware. Oh, I wasn't. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make our new home. The land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. I'm good. Okay, look at my inventory now. You cannot legally say that this is not cleaner now. Yeah, okay. Now it's better. No, I actually made it better. I still have a little bit of stuff. Also, I found a Puff of Darkness minion from a raid boss. Let me see it. What would it be? This one. Summon. Oh, look at that! It's a totem resembling one crafted by a goldsmith. I don't know what she is, but it's pretty cool. It's not as cool as my red panda, of course, but you know. I think I even have where is she? Did I ever summon a Palico, by the way? There he is. Where's there she is. Alright. I have a tiny snake lady if I wanted to. But we'll stick with a panda, of course. Just too cute, the panda. You give water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. Wait, they were people? Oh, excuse me, the allergies are terrible. They even said in the news we had a peak of like pollen and whatnot. Ah, it's bad. So are those real people? You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hope. It's never too late, of course. I'm good. I'm good, ladies. Thank you for the offer, but no. Nah. Good, it's me. Tancred, can we get out of here, please, now? I've done the chores. Even I was like, what the fuck was that? How goes it, Ascaret? You know. So make some menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that pretty much sums up from my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed. Whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same. A little. But I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Orianged once told me a story about pixies. Oh? They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it is believed. Oh, it's like the, I mean, that's... Is that Scottish? I thought that was like an Irish tale. You know, about the Fae and all that stuff. Though they don't have memories of the previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live on to play, keeping hapless mortals for the pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather either onto itself, to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such instance of this. Well, if ghosts are merely soul without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear the most, brother, dearest. I guess you guys are ghosts, technically. However, the pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Hey, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures. But where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even fairly amenable to reason? Phil? What? You knew a pixie from before? Yeah, she went back to the other world, right? Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact? You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay then, summon this Feoul, if you please. How do I do that? With the chat mode and say Feoul to summon the pixie. Okay. Don't look at me like that, guys. I need my privacy to do it. Jesus. Fail. Oh. A voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about this lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, he may as well lob me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. With the chat, say please. Oh my god, I have to actually say. Hang on. Please, comma. Fail all. Another comma. I need you. Is that your idea of fervent call? A sudden log could do it with more fire. Oh my fucking god. Oh, loveliest of branches, comma. Please grant me your succor! Exclamation mark. Bullshit. It's what this is. What?
You're late! Late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
I'm sorry. I didn't know, okay?
But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Okay, calm down now.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood. All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
Alfie, no, Jesus Christ.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you.
Alright then, very good, very good.
Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Thanks. Can you get me out of this situation? I'm doing chores, you see. She's orange.
Well. If it isn't Theo Ool, the mold feel. It's been too long.
The what now?
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village.
Please don't do that. I just tidied up my bags. Please.
There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and
I don't carry
and
those.
all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that?
They're not stinky. I mean, I don't have unmentionable things in my bag. That's just a bunch of weapons, honestly. Some food.
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Sure.
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
That's okay.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden Fernic to you at once.
The what did they say? What language is that? Fairy? Oh, finally! Holy crap, look at this. It dispelled the fog. I can see everything.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
Damn, it's pretty. That mean Philly is spooky.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Okay, calm down. Jesus. Do you think I can just scholar at any time? Is that gonna work? If I say fail all? In any moment, it's just gonna show up. For Lamfino and Elise's sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they had been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is an abandoned manor of the nobleman and scholar. The Bookman's Shelves, it's called, after the fellow's vast collection of tomes. An agreeable habitat for our friend, I'm sure you'll agree. Yeah, that sounds like Urianger. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. Is it that? I don't know, but we can see everything now. This is lovely. Can I? 295 to the northwest. Well, we're going towards the first Netherite as well, so I guess that's good. Look at this place. They have circular rainbows. Is that normal? There are more than one, actually. $150 to the north. I bet you it's up there somewhere, so I am just going to... Waterfall to the northwest. It's gotta be somewhere around here. There it is. Why is that butterfly different from the others? Is it normal? Oh yeah, no, they're mixed colors, okay. That's pretty neat. 368 to the east, which is maybe on the shore, but very likely on the other side, I would say. Or in the middle of the lake, even. I feel like it's going to be in the middle of the lake. 240 to the east, it's on the other side of the lake, even. Is that the library? Or whatever? The manor? God, I feel slow with the, you know, with the current movement speed. From 70 to southeast, still the same. Yeah, the man should be around here somewhere. I think we are at long last. I give you Urianger's humble abode. It's actually pretty nice. Come, let's see if he's home. Okay. Hello? Is the warrior of light and darkness? Anybody home?
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Nice to see he speaks in the same weird way. Also, what the hell? What happened to him?
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
You know, passing out, losing your soul and traversing a universe to get into another planet, like that did you a lot of good. Like, look at you right now. You look so much better than, you know, that weird coat with hood you always had, right?
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But
She can stay.
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
What?
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Almost all of them. We're missing Yashtola. Are we missing anyone else?
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, It beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore.
It's going to be fine. Yulmore doesn't scare me.
Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th umbral calamity.
Okay. Are you showing me a vision through my echo
As I
power?
drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald.
That was happening.
So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning.
Holy shit. That's Ralga's reach completely gone, wiped out.
Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel.
That's Gridania, like that's one of the big ones.
Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil.
Oh shit.
To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might.
Damn.
Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
Yeah, that's old Urianger. Look at him. Looks like a dingus. Oh no, it's a Haru. My cryo. Is that me? That is me. That's my tail.
were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee.
Damn.
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold.
So how do we avoid it?
No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy.
Yeah, yeah.
To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery.
It looks like he switched job to an astrologian, which means he's reading like the fates, the cards, the stars, and stuff like that. I guess that makes sense. He's trying to, you know, to read the future, to see the sign, to decipher some sort of prophecy. That I can see that making sense.
That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
That's the elemental balance. It's something to do with magic. No. It's the chart of the elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition.
Right. Wait, hang on a second though. This is lightning, ice, fire and water, and wind and earth. But we also know there's like dark and, and light. Don't we? Are those not real elements?
Astral, the active. Umbral, the passive.
Right. I guess maybe together they form the light and dark.
As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral.
Right. What do they say?
Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer.
Light and dark? Doesn't seem very unexpected, honestly.
Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race.
I mean, it didn't really take a genius to make the connection, but sure.
Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
I mean, not necessarily.
'Tis indeed a compelling question.
It's just a name.
And one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land.
Oh, so that's what that was. We got reports of the ether flow thinning around the world. So it was the first influencing our planet.
And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings.
So it's actually pushing for the same exact force.
Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
it increases the power of the Black Rose. That's why it was
a disaster of untold proportions on our hands.
Yeah.
A calamity.
That's why it's so powerful.
Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilneg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leergear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake.
Ooh, nice.
To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation.
Right.
Henceforth shall I accompany you,
Nice.
and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Okay, I get it. That's a dungeon. You're gonna be the healer. I get it. Yeah, I see that. And Thancred's gonna be the tank because it's a gunbreaker. Yeah, I can see. I can see everything now. What's gonna be the other DPS? I'll say. Yo. Is that level 76 I hear? And my final Dancer power unlocking? Fourfold feathers and Esprit gauge. The Esprit gauge accumulates when you or a party member under the effect of Esprit, granted by the standard finish or technical finish, execute weapon skill or cast spells. It is consumed by the action of Saber Dance, which I have on 7. Nice, actually really good. Actions such as Reverse Cascade, which is this one, and Fountain Fall, and Rising Windmill, so these two, have a chance to grant Fourfold Feathers, which are consumed by Fan Dance, and Fan Dance 2 by level 50. Okay, so that's the same. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's new. We have this meter, which goes from 0 to 100, I guess. And every 50, we can use Saber Dance. Attacks it targets and all enemies nearby with a potency of 600 to the first enemy and 50% less for all the remaining enemies. That's insanely strong, even like in AoE scenario. Damn. Ooh, food. Oh, what do we have? Grilled rail, succulent tenderloin of an island rail, seared to savory perfection and garnished with garlic and rock salt. Nice. Purple carrot juice, that's made from pixies. Sorry, not from pixies, by the pixies, I guess. Caramels, beet sugar, melted butter, and cream are blended and chilled and molded to form these bite-sized, chewy candies. Okay, those are good. Those are really good. Brought bean soup. It's soup with beans and chunks of meat. The hell is that noise? My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? Did you lose weight? Am I hitting on Urianger? What is happening? I didn't recognize you. Did you take up astrology? Indeed. Though the night be lost behind a shroud of blinding light, doubt not, but that the stars shine still. I've chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that they might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretches before us. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me an adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let's now speak of our task. That was just... that... Okay, sure, Rianja. I guess sometimes you need a compliment too. As I did mention, if we are to enter Liehgia, we must need gains the Pixies' cooperation. It's a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please the palates. Thancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. And what do I do? Bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts, there abideth a Vilcan known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle within which thou mayest capture a weakened specimen. Okay. We also have at the current quest. You're your friend, aren't you? Will you not lend me a hand? More fairy chores. Urianger's home is drab and dull, and I've mind to decorate it. Make it bright and beautiful. If you were to help out, I'd make it all the more special. Yeah, okay. With some whirlweeds. A little plant that grows in the water. Usually trade them for with the fouth. Seeing as you can swim, you can harvest some for us. You should be able to find a weed in the lake. There's a sunken church. Okay. So let's meet back here and start decorating. Alright. Fair enough. Oh, that's a hawker? Okay, so if I'm not dancing with anybody, I actually don't get the Esprit gauge. So I have to be dancing. I mean, I guess I... Oh shit, I killed it. I didn't mean to. I had to capture it. Whoops. There you go. Okay, and then I have to jump in the lake, but before we do that... He'll probably send me somewhere else for another chore or something. Double returned. Were thou able to capture a hawker? I was. Truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast of vibrant colors. Thankra should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray take thine ease meanwhile. Okay.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts.
I hope so.
Ah, lest I forget.
What? What was that? Ooh, Orosite.
White Orosite, newly forged for thy use.
Damn, dude.
Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary. Our eternal enemies.
Nice. I am ready to kick some Asian ass.
Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Asian's essence.
Alright. Good stuff, Urianger. Good stuff indeed. Minfilia?
May I come in now?
Yes, you can.
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
What did she even do?
I did as you asked.
What is that? Are you into hard drugs,
girl.
Thancred? Alright, now this is awkward because you were in love with Minfilia and she's a kid
I should
now.
probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire.
You know, along with the old outfit, you could have dropped the thou and all that, you know. Like
Hast thou spoken
sort
to
of
him
speech.
of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Hast thou? Really? Urianger?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any.
Wait, we're doing it now?
As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past.
Mm-hmm.
Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted.
Right.
'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Wait, are you sure about that though? Well, I guess we're about to see it for myself, so
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
okay, he was freaking out at her. Is she just lying to chill him?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel.
Oh. Oh, that's the real one.
One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope.
Right, that makes sense.
In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And the actual Minfilia will be lost forever.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's.
I mean, I thought we already established that we were not getting Minfilia back
You have
anyway.
ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl,
The hell is
claims to have
happening?
no recollection of any of it.
It's not my EMB. The shadows are going crazy. I don't know why.
I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
There's something in this area just... It's making the shadows freak out. How do you want this to end?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
Little Ran. I mean, I can see why Thancred is a little bit pissed about it, but come on. I mean, Philly would not treat the kid like a, you know, another body to possess, like she was an Asian. That would be crazy. Ow, I broke. Wait. Wait. How do I submerge again? I thought I could do it. Just by going down. How the hell? Why is it not working? I should be able to swim. Wait, do I have to get some sort of blessing from the fairies? Why isn't it working? I'm pressing everything, but I control space? No, it's not. Oh, what? I mean, it was jumping up until now. Every time you saw me jump, I was pressing like control space because I thought that was the old one. But for some reason, it was just jumping. Okay, well, it works. The pot of maple soup you put up for sale has been sold. That's nice. My retainers were full of crap, so I started selling a bunch of it. To make some money. Like almost I have 2 millions. I passed the 2 million mark. So nowhere near the amount of money I would need to buy a house. I feel like with the new expansion and inflation, it's, I don't know, probably more than the 10 million it used to be. I should ask in guild. They would know. And that could be a project, you know, for the release of the next expansion. Because they're adding housing in Ishgard, I think. And I would love to have a house in Ishgard. Are you kidding me? That's my hometown, pretty much. Wait, no, it doesn't really matter where it is. Do you get a free Emmerich? I wish. But unfortunately, I don't think so. Look at these lovelies. I'll enchant these at once. Make it so they can grow outside the water and then plant them in here and there. Oh, I skipped one, but now we can go back and read them. Meanwhile, I want you to decorate it with the snug blooms. So, where they should go? Ah, yes, the stairs. That's a dull spot, that's right for some cheer. When you finish, come and let me know. Okay. Stairs. Stairs? Here? Oh. Yeah, I guess this is nicer. Not very functional, probably, but, you know. Does look nice. Hey. Marvelous. This is sure to put a smile on Ryan's scowly face. And then you'll want to stay here forever and ever and ever. You're welcome to stay too, of course. There's plenty of room for you and all your friends. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. We weren't expecting you all back so soon. We had scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day, and the wings are the loveliest we've ever seen. You've done us great kindness, and it's Fae custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need but name it. Okay, I want access to the castle, which I believe it's that one. Which I hope it's a dungeon. It sounds like it would be a very cool dungeon. So, what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry to Lycia. What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that's what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others. You've clearly been busy, Urianger. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? Oh, my glasses are dirty. What happened? I just cleaned it. There you go. So that was the purpose of the gift. Yeah. Is there anything you can tell us about the Light Warden? Aye, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler, Titania. Uh-oh. Wait, is that a primal? That doesn't sound like a dungeon. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won it. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into new Light Warden. Now, the king only name, not remains of the wise and just ruler they used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove each into a different relic to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way, we get to watch what happens. Tee. Of course, you can't break the seals unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fuath. The stone scepter is with the Numu. Numu? And the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. Wait, do we have time to do that? The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. The quest lieth now before us. First let us to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuath. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Okay, I thought this would be more like we spread out, ask her to get the dress from the Fuath, we will get the other relics, but no. I guess not. Also, there's a quest here called the Path to Popularity. Oh boy, what am I about to do? Hi. Ulthon. Ulthon has a dream. That's never good. There's talk that an interesting mortal has come to Ilmeg. Askert Vexi or some such. It's you, isn't it? Don't even think to deny it. Oh, shit. I'm Ulthon, and it's my dream to become the most popular fairy of all. Why? Because everyone would fawn over me. And that would be really funny. Sorry. Okay. Now, by way of an achievable first step, I'm aiming to become the darling of Little Loran. But everyone is so caught up with the flower smelling and the mischief making, they don't even spare me a glance. You travel to and fro, so you must know much and more about this and that. Tell me, what must I do to become popular? Don't bother me. Become the cleverest pixie of all. Become the fairest pixie of all. Become the strongest pixie of all. Oh boy. Just try to become the fairest, I guess. I mean, I would never do that. I would go for definitely one of the other two. The fairest? Yeah. I'm already the fairest, I beg your pardon. And besides, we all of us can use glamours to change appearances. Oh, the others won't be impressed simply because I look different. Oh, I have it. I might not be able to impress with how I look, but I can impress with what I know. I just need to read a lot of books. Just so happens there's a lot of books in Uriansha home. Oh, okay. I can't read your strange mode of writing, so I need you to do it for me. Are you sure I'm doing chores? We're going back there to read to the fairy a story. Ah, good lord. Fine. I'm gonna need a drink. But you know, my parents have been visiting my aunt today, and apparently she made a lot of homemade limoncello. So now I have a bunch of that. I promptly stole a bunch for myself. I even had to water it down because I don't think she's really controlling the amount of alcohol in that thing. Like, that was strong stuff. Much stronger than the usual limoncello. Alright, what are we reading? Time Lord Chronicle. Sure. Good Janna's Grace was named for Her Royal Highness Princess Janana. Daughter to the king 3 generations prior, in the dark night, the mountain pass catches the light which shines forth on the castle, giving the impression of the princess's beautiful eyes of jade. Eyes of jade? That sounds lovely. If the princess were here, I would ask her for them. Wait, the eyes? You want the princess's eyes? I don't think she would give you her eyes. But sure. This week, Thunder's Day. Ah yes, it's like Thursday. A storm here. The princess being partial to the lakefront view, it was decided that all the noble lords and ladies would set out for a picnic. Having partaken of sweets, Her Highness ventured to the water, where she inspected her lip paint in the reflection. This caused the watching shepherds to remark that the princess had used the lake as a hand mirror. Oh, there's a hand mirror lake of the Southwest here. That must be how it got its name. But who would go all the way to the lake just to eat? Yet another silly things you mortals do. Yeah. Silly us. Why are you asking my help if we're so silly? Huh? On the occasion of the 300th years of the founding of Verbert, a grand celebration was held in Gruenslich. Okay. No expense was spared over the course of the festivities. The guests were lavishly feasted and regaled with wondrous performances. Amidst the pomp and pageantry, naught was more stirring than the recitation of the Oath of the Covenant, in honor of the alliance between Dran and Gulgent, upon which the kingdom was built. Representative of each race took to the podium to decide to draw tears from all who looked on. Verbert. Blech. What strange names you mortal have. That's not my name. That's not what we name things. Ilmeg sounds much prettier. It means the Kingdom of Rainbows. Fair enough. Are we done? I have, you know, important things to do. Well, I certainly learned a lot of new things today. Things the others don't know. I'm going to go and share it with everybody. They'll think I'm so clever. I surely become the darling of little Ran. Teehee. Right. It's not over. I can see it. It's not green. It's not done. Alright. What's wrong? What's missing? Mortal. I told them about the people from the past, but they weren't the least bit impressed. Oh, why should we pay any mind to those who are long dead? Much more fun thinking up new riddles while sipping nectar. Speaking of which, we found this really sweet smelling flower recently. We're about to go and collect its nectar, if you want to join us. No, I don't want to join you. I want you to admire me. Stranger and stranger. Alright, suit yourself. I think that's why you're not popular, you know? That didn't work at all. They didn't think any better of me, but I won't give up. I'm going to be popular, mark my words. Can you do it without me? Because I'm really busy, so have fun with that. What is that? Gemstone trader. Purchase of my shop. Spend your what do you modest trade these shops of yours anyhow? Shiny rocks or something? Very well. You have access to this regional gemstone exchange, though, which bicolor gemstone can be traded for a variety of rare and exclusive items. Successfully completing fates will allow the delivery of more valuable goods, increasing the number of items available for trade. Really now? What do we have? Triad cards? Mushroom lamps? Ilmeg riding map? Ah. What does that do? Reduce delivery times, cause of danger, okay. There's an egg. And some random materials. Do you guys sell weapons and armor? Not really. Interesting. Are people doing fates around here though? Maybe. Okay, but seriously. I want to kill a Light Warden today. That seems like it. A nice place to meet with the what are they called again? The Fuath. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Entreaty? Entreaty. Entreaty. Who knows? Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if they're Fuath, a water spirits, perhaps we should take a search into the lake. I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfelia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Nice. Excellent. So it's only Alphino, really. How about you, Oriange? I'm not sure I've ever asked. I don't think he can swim. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more, expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Oriange? That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals? What a treat! Aye, my comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, of course. You may have it. You shall have it. Are you yeah? Just like that? Just like that? What do you want from us? Oh, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us, is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. For we, Fuath, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither to our domain, Dong Meg. In your tongue it means Forbidden Realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents, Find your way through. Give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown. Oh, it's a dungeon. Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but sure. Should we do it with people, or should we do it with these people? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me open my dungeon guide as well. So, who do we have? From a party to enter Dong. Dong Meg. We have Urianger as a healer.
Let's give it our all.
No, no.
Here we go.
Yeah, Minfilia. She's a ninja.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
My strength is yours.
Okay, Alphino is very intense, but you know.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Wait,
My
what?
strength is yours.
Is an academician. What? That's not a real job.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Tanker the tank. That's about right. I guess we go in like this? Sure, why not? That's faster. Alright, let me open my guide and also let me get a drink. This is very pretty though. Wait. Oh my god. Oh, this is awesome. And the music is great. Very fairy tale. You know, it's like we're in Alice in Wonderland all of a sudden. Okay, I'll be back in like a second. I'll grab just a glass. It's here in my room, so it won't take a minute. Alright. Okay, so, what does the dungeon guide say? Let's see. Shadowbringer leveling, level 73. Dong. Why do I keep saying Dong? It's because of the G in Meg. And I want to say Dongme. Dongmen. Which is probably much worse than Don Meg. Anyway. First boss. Candy Cane. It's a tank buster, so I don't care. Little water sprouts become bigger. 2 stages. First stage is safe to stand on. Bind plus knock up. Try to avoid. If one just exploded, that is a spot. That's a safe spot. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to dance with Minfilia. Alright, let's go. Tancred, I expect you to be a really good tank. The Crystal Exarch was a pretty good tank, so... Can't believe I'm actually fighting those little guys. Super cute. Minfilia is so tiny next to me. Yeah, this will take a little bit longer than a normal dungeon, I would assume. But at the same time, it's going to, you know... It's going to be chiller. Mini Minfilia. Minifilia. Yes. Hey, you know, we can just stargaze and look around. Okay, fucking Thancred just dashed into that group of enemies. Such a classic tank that move that was, you know. Who did that? Where's Minfilia? Oh, she was she was inside the body of that monster. Right, yeah, that makes sense. So tiny. I wonder if this is a thing for the trials as well. It's a nice river. This place is lovely. Oh. Minfilia was like, ooh, pretty flowers. And Thancred, stay focused. God damn it.
All that I have and more I bring to bear.
What the fuck just happened? Oriange, are you okay? Literally nothing weird was happening and he went ballistic for some reason.
I'll show you.
It's a butterfly, Minfilia. We're not fighting like King Behemoth or something, it's a butterfly.
Thy time hath not yet come.
Alright, Oriange. We're in no danger. You should just, you know, chill out a little bit. Use the time to get that stick out of your bum, you know? Thancred, can you pull them? Oh, there you go. The enemy was smarter than Thancred, apparently. I wonder if they have AoE. I don't know if they do. It seems to me like they're doing just single target damage. It's very interesting though, looking at the NPC fight. And trying to figure out how they were programmed to do dungeons and whatnot.
Now I've got you.
Okay, first boss. It's a tiny frog man person. No, it's a big frog man person. It's Aang Thon, the Lord of the Lingering Gaze. So what was the strategy again? Avoid bind plus knock up. I don't know what that means. Well, I don't know. Cool soundtrack though. Lance blood. Just a little bit AoE damage for the team. Okay, that's much worse. What the frick? Oh my god, I can't fucking move. I'm dying. Jesus Christ. That was pretty rough. Guys, we had to stack. Thank you.
I shall protect thee.
Oh, is it happening again? Oh no, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, good god. I didn't know how to do it. Honestly, this is weird. They look exactly the same to me. The good thing is that the frog is nearly dead. Mephilia, are you not limit breaking? Alright. That doesn't even do that much damage, you know? 56,000 for a level 1 limit break? I do 26,000 with... with my dance step. Yo, I dodged them. I just followed the Riange. Guys, stuck with me, please. Thank you. And get wrecked by my dance. Bravo, bravo. Very impressive. Do keep that up fine for the rest of the way. I got Verbert. Gloves of scouting. Are they supposed to be for me? Scouting, ninja. Oh, fuck. Dang it. I better use my cooldowns here. I feel like we're gonna be here for a while, so I might as well use the strongest stuff I have as soon as possible and as much as possible. I have plenty of time to regen everything anyway. Ryasha is doing DPS. That's actually surprisingly accurate as a healer, you know. I mean, that is what you're supposed to do. Oh dear, seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me. What? Wasp nest?
Take this!
Alright, calm down, Minfelia. It's just wasps. She killed one. Yeah, I think she's going full single target, no matter how many enemies are around her. Maybe I should have taken Alizé. At least as a red mage, it's clear if you're doing AoE or not. Because the spells are very flashy. Yeah, I fully abandoned my Bard, by the way. I don't think I will ever be able to play Bard a endgame. I would like to have another DPS, honestly, but, you know. Oh, up here. But the Bard doesn't seem doable, honestly.
All that I have and more I bring to bear.
Alright.
Now I've got you.
So yeah, I'm trying to play the red mage again. I don't know if that's like good or not. Again, I'm not really feeling it like I used to, but I'm also much lower level than I used to be. I used to play level 70, so I have a lot less abilities. I'll give it time. You know, maybe it will come back to me. I wonder if I should also do a single target rotation. It's overall less damage, isn't it? Let's see, 14k versus... How much is that? Actually, that's not that much damage. 369? 5, 14k. This is like what? 6k? No, yeah, it's more. I should definitely do AoE then. Even on 2 targets. Not on 1 target though, that's for sure. But I get a necklace of casting. Can I get a single piece of gear from me? That'd be nice. And that looks like a boss. It's like a bush raptor. Or something. A Griaoul. Right, strategy. Intercept the lines. Yes, there's an extra. No, you cannot get two. I don't know what that means. Avoid swinge. Coiling ivy binds you. Target your own vines and break them. They break out other people. Intercept the lines. Okay. Okay, that's a swinge. Easy to dodge. Fodder. What is it doing? Timber! Oh, these lines? Minfilia, you... Oh, he stole my line. The fuck, Minfilia? What's wrong with you? I mean, I get it, she's young, but still. She should know better. Timber! That's a great name for an ability. Coiling Ivy. Okay, this is where I
shall protect thee.
Okay.
Keep your guard up.
Oh wow, they're so easy to break out of. Okay, that was easy. Easier than I expected, honestly. Timber! I wonder if they tone their stuff down for AI teams? It could be, because the AI doesn't have that much damage, so... I don't know. I can try to do one of these on my own. Alright, Tancred really wants to intercept that one, so I guess I'm on this. Stupid team. Yeah, right. I can probably try to do one of these dungeons on my own and then, you know, report back on how it really is. If it was any different, easier or harder, I don't know. I mean, it seems pretty easy, to be fair. Wait. Oh, he's dead. Verbertite, Gaskin Offending. That's what tanking. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my god, look at this place! I think the dungeon design improved over the last one. Rubbertide Graves of Maiming, another thing that's not for me. Right? The Shell Crown, easy. It's a fake. How could they?
Be gone!
Oh well. It would have been way too easy. I mean, there is still one boss to kill, so. However, it seems like the design, it's better, but the actual path is way... I mean, it was always linear. Don't get me wrong, but now it's literally looking like very, very narrow corridors. I guess it makes sense considering we're inside, but...
You underestimate me!
I don't know, it's a little weird. Especially coming off, you know, the story dungeon of Stormblood, which were Doma Castle, or like a Castrum, like really big places. Or like Alamigo. Are we really killing that thing alone? Oh my god. What if I shadow pull that? Is Tancred gonna be angry? Well, Tancred is going. There you go. Good boy, Tancred.
Keep your guard up.
Good boy. I'm sure it'll be fine. Tancred is dying. No, Tancred is okay. Do not do this if you have a real tank in the team, by the way. Okay, that thing is dead. Come on, Tancred, we can pull that thing over here while we move. No? Okay. It's actually surprising how well this works, you know? All things considered. I've seen AI breaking down for way less than this. Or, you know, getting stuck in places. Or standing in, like, enemy abilities. But no, they're doing everything perfectly. Fey Knuckles. Oh, come on. We were not lucky at all. Fey Knuckles? This is for, like, the monk. Oh, wow. They're actually pretty. That is a real crown. Oh my. Anacthon the Lake Lord. It's got like a violin. That's actually pretty cool. Tancred, stay still. I need to read what he does. Virtuoso Capriccio. AoE plus bleed. Rude. Imp Quar, eyeball, look away. Third Quar, don't be in front of him. Tightrope, no, you cannot jump across. Tancred and Urianger are cheaters. I see. The lyre must be destroyed or else you die. Ah. Change face, don't be in front of him, ever. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Tancred? Would you like to turn him around? Okay, there you go. I forgot if that was the one that I had to... No, that's the bleeding one. Okay. Oh, that's the one I have to look away for. Okay. There you go. What, Oh, fuck. Why did... So he turns around. Never be in front of him. Oh! Oof! Jesus. He pushed me... Tancred pushed me down. I got killed by Tancred. Nymphilia, are you fucking kidding me?
Together we shall overcome this.
This is... Fuck. This... I can't do this. I need to be faster. Nymphilia, please. Oh my god. Am I good? You will play a song forever. That doesn't sound good. Did we die? Okay, what the fuck is this Lovecraftian monster? Jesus Christ. Oh, it's so wobbly. I don't like it at all. That was not in the guide, by the way. Oh my god. Oh, he's done. Okay, Nymphilia, you have to limit right here. I cannot do it. You would do more damage as that melee DPS.
I'll show you.
Do it. Are you doing it? You're not doing it. Fuck it, I'll do it. He's stacking bleeds on us. Whoa. Please don't do the stringy thing again. Just don't do it. I don't know why, but I have a feeling I would have been really dead if it was the real boss fight. Or maybe not, I don't know. Good God, he's just spamming that. He's toading. My God, that's a big area. I think he's I think he gave up. Never mind. He's doing something now. Changing Fantasia. He turned into a frog. No! My performance! He fucked it. Oh, is that? Oh no, he's dead. I didn't mean to kill him. Hi guys. Late arrivals. I'm sorry, did I just say one of or more of my party members need to complete their challenges? Which one of you didn't do the challenges for this week? Huh? Was it you, Minfalia? Was it you, Alfie? Okay, we're getting our first upgrade, and it's a ring. Also, saying, okay, we're getting our first upgrade activated my Google for some reason. How can I help you? Just by not answering to me. Ever. Okay, Fey Guillotine. End your casting roll. Nice. The music was nice for this place. What is that? Ooh. Ooh. Holy shit, that's a blade and a half. That's a pretty decent Dark Knight sword. No commendations? Really? All right.
Well fought, well fought.
Thank you. There's a lot of them.
Bravo!
Thank you.
Amazing!
My man.
Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back.
I don't. Oh, he's still alive.
But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
Oh, yes. I'll give you a commendation. Q10 out of 10 tightrope skills. Oh. I guess that's why I didn't get any commendations. Even Minfilia managed.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is. The relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good.
But you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
Oh, Anecton, stop it. Not in front of everybody.
More? I want to see more of him.
Yes! Yes! I could watch him forever!
Why don't we just make him one of us?
Excuse me?
Yes! One of us!
One of us, one of us, one of us!
One of us. One of us. One of us.
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Uh-oh.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
Albert. Yo.
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Gojin magic. You know, turtle people from the east.
I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwath is do not deal with the Fwath.
Fwath.
It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned.
Ooh.
Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect.
Right, so they wanted to drown me, so my soul could be reborn as one of them. But, unlucky for them, I can breathe underwater. Because I'm cool like that. Nice place here. What happened?
That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there.
Oh.
It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people.
The Verbertites. Sounds like a... I don't know. Oh god. I got a Verbertites, you know? It bit me on the arm. Goddamn Verbertites. They're everywhere in this season.
It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside.
Wait, are you from around here?
All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember.
Although, I guess, you know, he was a warrior of light of this world, and I guess he traveled around like I did in my world.
Everything we did, everything we gave, what was it for?
You thought you were doing the right thing, Albert. I mean, God knows if I'm doing the same thing in my world.
I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Who knows? Why am I having visions of my friend in Ishgard dying horribly? That's not cool. That's my family right there. Wait. Wait. Is this Ishgard? Is this the Ishgard of this world? Where is Ilmeg? I think it may be. It is. It actually is. This is the Ishgard of this world. Look. This is La Nocia, okay, so this is Limsa Luminsa. Down here is Thanalan, the desert, which is Amarang. You have the 12 Woods, which is over here. And it would be bordering with like Girabania over to the right and with Ishgard over to the left. So we are technically in Ishgard. Yo, look at that. That's convenient. All right. Is there anything else close? 516 to the southeast. It's on the other side of the shore. Right. Well, I can see Orianger from here. Hey guys. I'm going back in. Nay, my lady. Exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee rest a moment. I'm fine, guys, I'm fine. There was nothing where we looked. Ascaret! Yeah, that's me. Hi, guys. What's up? Why you're also, flustered about? What's happening? You guys, don't tell me you've lost a crown. Dear gods, were it not for Soroban's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore, only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The fourth kept that part of the bargain, at least. Thank you. Do not call me your majesty, though. That's just weird, I have to say. I don't know what you're trying here, if you're trying new things, but don't. Well, there were certain twists and turns. Our work here is done. With everyone known the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Hey, what's up? Something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching into Ilmeg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Uh-oh. Is that the, Yulmore? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmoran army, I'd guess. Meaning, we can play with them? As much as you like, but just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require aid. If Alfino is coming, then Alice will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know? Oh, alright. Just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. That's fine. Don't worry, I've done this sort of things before, you know? Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. Coolio. What level am I after the dungeon? Almost 77. Wow. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Numu are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They're also the friendliest of two men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Leadeth. Damn it, Oriange. Alright, very cool. That was a nice little dungeon. $587 to the northeast. I'll probably put it over there. Yeah, we have to go on the... We'll have to cross, I assume. However, I think that's a castle that we need to go to defeat the Light Warden, so... Maybe we'll go there anyway. So if the Light Warden was not a dungeon, I can only assume it's a trial. Does that castle have wings? It does. Wings of light. Very cool, huh? I guess we're gonna destroy those. Unfortunately. Bastion on the cliff lieth Plaeni, home of the new moon. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Okay. I think I have to go there. And then up. Are those enemies or just more children of the fairies? Good Janana's grace. Janana? Anything around here? 160. Oh, okay. Oriange, what's happening? Is there a problem? I see a netherite crystal in the distance. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth there was a valley. In those midst thrived the city of Verbert. It was only when the froth came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirt, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flock. That one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle. One can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the light. A force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad I am for the chance to be here. It was these hands which brought together the Warrior of Darkness and Minfilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no eighth Umbral Calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. I think those were my words. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevaileth. I'm gonna just start adding random to whatever he says. Verily, yes, verily. Ah, mortals, just as we thought. Hey guys, hast thou business with us? Business? Huh, nothing so boring. We smelled you coming, and thought we'd come to play. No, we already played enough. They do not appear to be pixies of Laran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. I'm in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Teehee. What? They took us back. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our curse. Corseth. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the tricketh. Yes, yes. We have not time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fake cloak, 'tis called. A most ingenious magic which rendereth, that's a real one invisible to Fey folk. Albeit briefly, that's not a real one. I don't know how it feels to you, but I would assume it feels like I was talking to somebody and all of a sudden they're speaking like 1500s Italian. Like Dante in the, you know, in the freaking comedy or whatever. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoineth our comrades at the... Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Okay. So, am I cloaked? I am. Don't touch me. I have... You can't see me. I have more than a minute. That should be enough. You know, considering I have the extra speed of the dancer. 52 to the northwest. There's a thing up there? Oh, God. How do I even get there? Done. Oh, I'm doing more? Oh, God. How do we get up there, by the way? Alright, Panda, come on. Hey guys. I seen you were right behind us. What took you so long? Well, the fairies decided to play with us for some reason. Ooh, is that? Yes. I see. Yes, I'd say that that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. Thank you. In other good news, the New Moo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Urianger deigns to join us. Fair enough. Ooh, this is a lovely place. Mushroom Village. What are these guys? Oh my god. They're like, oh, the Dark Crystal people. Mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! Is it just me? Do they look like those puppets from the Dark Crystal? A little bit. I thought you said the New Moo were men's best friend. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. It was beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable! Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Oh, I see. Greetings, Elder Wid, Anek? Ank? I'm really struggling with these names. Tierney, it hath been a whileth. Pray forgive my brevityth, but timeth is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the new moo. The stone scepter? Then you mean to leave the seal over Lythgia? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our fake cousin, we New Moo have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving it is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Just hand over the god's damn staff, says the psychopath part of my brain. But don't worry, we'll defeat Titania for you. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin Eaters eliminated, as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done us right by us, Orianger. If you have placed your faith in this man, then so shall we. Oh, that was easy. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin Eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. What? A month? We don't have the turn of the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Ulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. Acquiesce? But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightest fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? You know full well that naught giveth us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well it to speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. Wait, are they, like, dogs? Roll over and fetch? In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. The dogs. They're like dogs turned to beastmen. Very well, Orianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while, and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Sure. They have floofy tails. Now fetch! Come on, fetch! Good boy. Good boy. Hello. It's sniffing at me. You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Oh my god, more chores? Let's see. Perhaps we can begin with Marnoze. One of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Verbert. With the Knights gone, however, Marnoze had no opportunity to put their skill to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. I mean, are they gonna craft me something? That's actually cool. That would be a quest I would happily accept for once somebody doing something for me. Hello. 1,100 years and 82, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Oh my god, it's counting leaves? Oh god. Hello? Who? What? Where? Wait, you're immortal? Huzzah! Huzzah, I say. Well met. I'm not doing this. Very well met indeed. Have you all the entire arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battles? Maybe yes? You come to the right, Numu. I will restore your equipment to pristine conditions for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. I have to kill mushrooms? Okay. I think I can do that. This is a lovely cave, by the way. I wish we had giant mushrooms in our world, you know? I don't know why, but I really like mushrooms. Like, I cannot eat them. They suck. I don't like them at all. But I like mushrooms, you know what I mean? As in, I don't know, they're pretty cool. Just the idea of mushrooms. $74,000. Get out of this realm. I'm actually going to teleport for money. One day, one of my many projects will be growing mushrooms. You are returned, with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. How many legs would you give him? All of them. 2. 3. Do I have 3? Three. But I asked for 2. No, this wasn't an agreement. You doubt that I'll fulfill the work for 2 moss legs, so you tempt me with another. May as well came grasping mud and spit in my eye. Oh, sorry. Well, if you think me a bad Numu, then a bad Numu I will be. Oh yes, I'll make a fine mess of everything you're wearing. Rip it to shreds. Wait, no, I actually wanted to... Wait, 2 legs here. Oh, you mustn't tease us, fairies, so... In my agitation, I could have done much worse than simply snap at you. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means to belittle our ability, too much means you question our integrity. You give me a fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I should begin by inspecting your equipment. Interesting. I see. I must ask for a small fee for the materials. I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. It's a coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Wait, what? Is he paying me to pay him to repair? Marno's shop is open for business. If you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest is Isgoof? Isgoof. Searching for more equipment. Explain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Isgoof will have something to offer you. Okay. Humans share 50% DNA with mushroom. Not the good one. I don't think. Not the good 50%. To be fair, we share 50% of our DNA with pretty much everything on Earth, right? To have so many men visit us at once. 'Tis a joyous day indeed. If it pleases you, please give me your patronage as my patron. Ask that you remove the noxious mushroom that grow in our cave. Flame spores are called. We tend them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We have no choice but to pluck them one at a time. I'll be curious as to what I have to offer. I'm a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choice of item. Okay. What am I looking at? Flame spores. It's these purple things. That didn't leave anything behind. There you go. Little panda is having the time of his life. I looked if I could name it. I don't think I can. Which is a shame because I named my chocobo. But I wanted to name my pets as well. Okay, that was it. You've already removed the flame swords. How very quick you are. But did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? Until the more have cropped up that area. Ah, fucking hell. Okay. Alright, I hope that's enough. As you pluck the last of the flame swords, you sense a gaze from the entrance. Minfilia? What's happening here, Minfilia? I wasn't spying on you or anything. I've just finished my task and... It's okay, Minfilia, you can come and talk to me, you know? I should go back and report. Okay. Weird, but sure. Yo, how did I gain 20 Esprit power? I can almost use my saber dance. I don't know what that even looks like. Miss Goof? You are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Yes, I did. Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again. It reminds me of the old days. Fair every day, I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange of men's patronage. Back then the castle wasn't called the Gyath. Yeah? The Verbertites built it, and they named it Gruen's Licht. It was the bastion in the struggle against the Sin Eaters. And now they're gone, all of them. Nobles and knights and common folks alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you. For a fitting price, of course, of course, of course. Okay, the shop is now open for business. Will you be offering your... Okay, we're helping Widlad. That's a leader, so I'm hoping that's a final one. They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. Okay, so what are you selling? Ooh, you're selling literally everything, huh? Okay, it's time, guys. It's time we look at the gear. Ooh, that's very pretty. Okay, what level is this? This is level 72, right? Let's see the axe. Oh, wow. That's nice. That's really good looking. Sword too. These weapons are really cool. Oh my god, look at this spear. Katana. That's alright-ish. What about the bow? Oh, okay. Gun. Whoa, that's a freaking big gun. It's more like a sort of. Chakrams. Are they? Ooh, those are pretty. Are they stronger than mine though? Not really. What a shame. Black mage stuff, really good. White mage cane, not that great. Oh, sorry. Well, that was pretty much it. Let's see the gear, shall we? Because that will probably tell me what I'm getting out of these coffers. Item level 395. Yeah, it's exactly that. Okay, so let's check the tank. Remove. Let's check the tank gear first. Oh. Oh. Actually not terrible. Very simple, but I like it. Okay, this is Dragoon. Nice bulky arms. This looks like tankier than the tank, honestly. Whatever. Samurai. Silly hat. Ooh, nice. That's actually pretty. I like the samurai set. I mean, it's not very samurai-like, but I like how this looks. With a big hood. Nice. Let's check Dancer. Oh my god, already. Oh, it's the same outfit. It's only a different color. Fair enough. I could have this. I could be looking like this right now. That's alright. Let's see, mage gear. That hat is... oof. Hey, I mean, this isn't bad if it was a different color. I mean, this color kinda sucks. And the hat also is terrible. But, you know. Overall, the outfit is not the worst. If I paint it like a nice deep blue. Or a white like this. Black and white, not too shabby. Pure black, not too bad. Let's see the healer one. Hat's still terrible. It's same exact outfit, just different color. Okay, thank you. I think I'm gonna grab, I don't know. Maybe the samurai one. Etherite tickets. Oh my god. What? You would be my patron? I would? But I can't do anything for you. The Lawless One took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the Lawless Ones? They're new moo like us, except they've turned their backs on values. Cursed without honor, they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them. But you, mortal, you look quite strong. You think you could take my ink back? If you do this, I will consider your patronage, and by way of my service I will make you something very special. Excuse me, Asker, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? Yeah, sure, no problem. I will learn from you, and help in what little way I can. You're welcome. Just don't get in the way, says the psychopath. Thank you so much. It's like a split personality, you know, at this point. One is a warrior of light, the other is a warrior of darkness. The Lawless One make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chamber. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible. Okay. Right, so... Oh wow, it's all the way over there, huh? So we still have 89 to the east and Ethercur, and there it is. Oh, bloody hell, how do I do this? You don't want me to jump from... Oh. I think they do, actually. Okay, this is going to be fucked. That's a fake branch. That's not real. Maybe it was actually easier than... How the fuck do I get there? Oh. This way. It's this side? Actually. Hang on, maybe on this... Maybe on this thing. Okay. Stupid jumping puzzles. $233 to the southeast, so we are pretty much going there. What a lovely zone. Look at this. Look at this place. It's fucking brilliant. You know, this is another reason why I like this mod of Stormblood. What did we have in Stormblood? Like, most of Girabania is a shitty, like, dry land with a bunch of rocks and nothing else. And then we have, you know, Doma, which Kugana is pretty nice, I guess. But the Ruby Sea is just water and a couple of islands. I guess the Azim Steppe is literally the best zone of Stormblood. You know, green, big, open mountains and everything. I've talked about that before, so you know that I like that. But like the rest of Doma, what is there? Like Yangsha, which is just terrible. It's not even terrible, it's just dull. like a little bit of a bamboo forest, and then there's like a pretty shitty beach with the ruins of Doma's castle and nothing else. Not really. The church at Damron Field. I mean, that was a church, I guess. That's a big monster. What the frick is that? That's a hunt. Opurus Poldia. Poldia? That's a level 80 hunt. A rank, I would assume. I cannot fight that. I mean, we're doing A ranks with the guild, but we're doing the Stormblood ones. I need to be level 80 if I want. What the hell is that? Is that another? That's a normal enemy. Are you kidding me? That's enormous. Wow. What the shit? Oh! It's one of these things. What the hell? Got him. Porksy. Porksies? What is a porksy? Oh my god, it's a flying pig. It's a flying piglet. They're super cute. I want one. Can I have one? I want one. They better have a flying piglet. Pet. Father's colored chamber is through here. I peered inside and sure enough, it was milling with Numu. They looked none too friendly. If Tankard were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let's split up. Are you sure about that? I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Asgard. Okay, me and Philia, careful in there. On Thancred. Going up my ass because I left you unattended and you did something stupid on my watch. Oh, come on. This... Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Sometimes I wish I was playing Ninja. You can just become invisible and skip most of the bullshit around the areas. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop here and kill the piglet. Uh-oh. This is not gonna go well. There's too many. Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, if this is how it is in here, I'm gonna summon my Chocobo. I need support. Okay, that was one of the invisible inks. There's more up top, over here. I guess I'm gonna have to kill this guy. Oh, shit. Man, they're everywhere. I can dance with my Chocobo. Maybe that will give me some esprit. Okay, I have 40 now. I have 50. Oof. Bam. That looks good. Yeah, okay, dancing with the chocobo actually gives me power. Esprit power. Whatever that means. Why am I getting invisible ink, by the way? Are they pranking someone with the ink? Again? Okay, I got all the ink. I have to meet Minfilia way over there, which is totally fine actually because I can run past everything now. Yeah. A Fungimancer? Oh man, why is that not a class in the game? I'd like to be a fungi mage. Minfilia? What's up? What are you doing here? That's a castle. Fairly pretty, huh?
Oh, thank goodness. There you are.
I'm fine.
Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, actually, pretty annoying. I'm glad you're safe too. I see you use daggers. You don't need to worry about me. I'm glad you're safe too.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous. But I'm happy I could help.
Aw. That's okay.
The Minfilias before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army.
Right.
But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight.
Is he teaching you?
Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Warden.
I guess he was training you for that then.
I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me.
Did he explain anything to this poor girl?
Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia.
Okay, she knows. Oh, shit. That's, I mean...
Once, we journeyed to Nabatha Reng together. To the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something or bring you to someone or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach.
Alright, whoa. The fuck is that?
What is that?
What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us?
Titania? 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 Titanium white.
Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair.
Isn't that the name of... I guess it is a name from mythology. I've heard it before. As like the Queen of the Fairies or something like that. Definitely in some video game or another, I don't remember.
Come and play with us.
Is that a Light Warden? That doesn't look like a Light Warden.
It came from the castle.
Not like the ones we're used to, you know? That's very different.
This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nemo.
I'm sorry, the Nemo is it now?
I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Don't do anything stupid, Minfilia. I wonder, she has the Echo, right? So she can probably battle the Light Wardens and, you know, not be afflicted by the light once they die. I think she does, yeah. I mean, Minfilia had the Echo. And if she inherited that, at least, as a special power... 203 to the north. It's actually not too far. I wonder though. I mean, the vision she had just now may be a sign of the Echo. And they said she's Minfilia because it's like the ether of Minfilia going from body to body, right? So I'm assuming there is a part of the original Minfilia in there. Therefore, I think she should have the Echo. 392 to the where? Southwest. Somewhere next to the castle, probably. It's also getting late and I have classes tomorrow. It's the last week of classes. I have only 2 left. Tomorrow and Thursday. But it is tomorrow morning, so I should probably end soon. TM. Hey lad, what's up? Mercy, your majesty. We had no choice. Please forgive us. What? Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Yeah? What was that all about? Yes, this is the ink. And almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse. But thanks to you, it's simply bad again. Okay. What? You had a vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong it is that desire. It often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. Oh, forgive me. I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve and voila, may it serve you well. What's that? The tickets? Is that it? There's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. I should mention that Elder Wide Ink. Oh wait, it wasn't you? Returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. I thought you were the leader. Why did I do this for you then? Can I take it back? We dank. Ink. Oh no. There you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that you have my thanks. Now then you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Okay. So? Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people have overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust our fate to you. There you go, thank you. Take it. Stone scepter of the Nemo? What did they say? Nemo. This makes 3 relics. One more and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Okay, cool. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards of your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as ruler of all Feyfolk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Feyfolk rendered a blessing unto nature, unto water, wood and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin-eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Oh dear, is there anything else that we should know? Anything else? Well, if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here will blame you for it, you're welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have a chance. We would see that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel, at home. Oi! Honestly, I look away for one moment, and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling. Mine, do you hear? Not yours, not the fourth. And anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce him will wish they hadn't. Damn, she's a bit too possessive, honestly. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They're held in the armorer's safekeeping at the settlement. Volkedorf. Volkedorf? It beareth mentioning that these armorers are unlike those which thou hadst heretofore encountereth, owing to a peculiarity of evolution. They are capable of speecheth, and thus we might negotiateth with them as we have the Feyfolk. Fuck you, Orianger. God damn. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Wolekdorf, seek out the largest of the armor. His name is Seto, and he is the leader and the bearer of the relic. Okay. God damn it. Okay, So I'm looking for a big one. A big armor. Probably inside the ruins. There he is. Yeah, he's pretty big. Holy shit, it's a dragon. An enormous armor slumbers peacefully. Seto. Artbird? No. But he's usually around. So maybe? Oh, forgive me. I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? We want the shoes, man. Did I hear you right? You desire the crystal shoes, that you may confront the Light Warden. No. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring in you naught but sorrow. What do you mean? Forget this folly. Return whence you came. Well, we appreciate your concern. We have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends. Let us leave him with his thoughts. Okay. It's harder by far to change the mind of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. Nobody does mean Felia, don't worry, it's just Urian's way of speaking. A little wonder. This the first time thou hast set foot in here. To behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think, and there is no surer way than to speak with its members. Such wise you will come to understand Sato's reason for refusing us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amaro and make yourself known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by the way of greeting. Okay. A gentle touch? Am I touching them? Is that consensual? Speaking of, have you heard of the stupid thing people are doing to Disney? With like the Sleeping Beauty? Oh boy, oh boy. You know, sometimes I feel like coronavirus has hit the wrong generation. You know. We oh man. Can we develop, is it gonna make me a villain if I develop a virus? A deadly virus that only you know, infects the stupid? Would I be considered a villain? I don't know. Questions. / pet. Ah, how long has it been since I last felt a man's touch? Oh my. I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. Oh. He was a knight of Verbert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, you're eating my face. I mean, I understand it's been a long time since you felt the touch of a human hand, but that's too soon, man. Like so many others, he died fighting the Sin Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. Okay, remind me to step a little further away from them. I need to pet this guy too. There. Stay away from my face. Ah, that tickles. Enough. I've never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Oh. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand? On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginnings, we were all of us mindless beasts. But then a mage of Ronka gave us the gift of intelligence, that we might better serve our masters. After the empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasion, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, the seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us, among other things. So it was with me, though I never had a master, as I told you. Okay. Nimbus. That's a good name for one of you guys. What's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attention of men. You're kinda loath to come here for fear of the Fey folk. But then we are Fey folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. It's easy to forget sometimes. Rianger? Thou hast peered into the heart of the Amaroth, like I take it? Yes. Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for your welfare, our welfare, and not scorn that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their kingeth. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Yes, we do. Asgard, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth the most. Tell him of thy many great deeds. Spoken in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. Alright. Look, we'll do it tomorrow. I don't want to go to sleep too late, I guess, today. So, yeah, that's about it for today. We've done a lot of chores today and a good dungeon. Other than that, so many chores. But I guess, you know, that is the destiny of the Warrior of Light and Darkness. So it was in Heavensward, so it was in Stormblood, and so it will always be. As long as I'm alive. The Courier of Light and Darkness. TM. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll be back, yes, tomorrow, probably. I mean, I only have the one class, so it should be a fairly easy day. So yeah, I'll see you then. Have a good night. Bye.